Hoi hoi. How are we all? It's pretty hot. I didn't mess everything up when I tried to clean space out of my hard drive earlier today. So the wealth tax video did pretty well. The wealth tax video did pretty well, didn't it? Lots of people were saying I should have made it. It should have been a main channel video, but like it took it just didn't take very long at all. I know that's not necessarily, you know, we don't believe in the crude, vulgar labour theory of value. I swear I go for... I swear I go through this every time. I use the controller. Why isn't the controller logging? But yeah, I don't know. It was like quite a casual video. They just reviewed a couple of papers and was like, here. And then sometimes those vids just do really well. And sometimes once you spend 100 hours on, don't do so well. Music is loud compared to me. Crazy. Out of sync. Alright, that should be a slightly better balance there. So, I just need it to why is it? Okay, everybody, we're back. Come on. Bluetooth and devices. I really want to be able to take my top off, but I won't. Fear not. Gaming. Oh. Alright. Everything's okay now, right? You know. My desktop scares you. What? Principal Skinner scares you? Alright. So, last time we upgraded the scanner, and I think we're trying to okay, so stasis rifle. Oh, we've got a laser cutter. That's what happened. I've actually got a laser cutter now. What that means is I can go to the wreckages, which, well, which require laser cutters. Is this my first playthrough? Yes, it is, yeah. Yeah, I've never played it before. What are we saying about water? Not got an awful lot, have we? Let's get some. Mostly bladderfish. Come on. Okay, so what's the... Thank you, Andy. Oh, he did, Oh, yeah. Ice pack. Yeah, to be fair, I could do with an ice pack. I've got a fan. I've got quite a good fan. That's kind of... In fact... Stop it from rotating. Now it's just on me. Cooked Gary fish. Has, yeah, I've got the first vehicle. I've got the, yeah. Has anybody seen Gary Stevenson's new documentary? Because I saw... There it is. Because I saw some harsh reviews. I don't think this really has anything for us to cut, does it? Grav trap fragment. Ooh, counter. New blueprint acquired. I haven't seen the documentary. Is it out on Netflix on Channel 4? But I saw that you might expect like the Telegraph, the Spectator, City AM to give it harsh reviews, right? But the Guardian gave it quite a harsh review. The Times gave it a slightly better review, actually, I think. I actually want to, yeah, wet a tea towel place over the fan. So what I've been doing, I haven't actually done it now because I was in a bit of a rush, but what I have been doing is to put a bowl of ice water. What is political economy? Is it looking at how economic conditions dictate or influence political choices and how government policies affect the economy? I think, yeah, I would say there's probably like a real definition that's very cerebral and sophisticated. But what I would say is I simply think of it as thinking about the economy and politics together. So both have an inescapable impact on the other one. Economic conditions obviously determine politics, the outcomes of things like elections, how people are feeling about the system. But, you know, politics, government also affects economics. You know, the state of unionisation affects how the economy works. And I guess it's kind of obvious when you say it like that, but there are I guess it's like an anti-reductive term. It's like, let's not look at them in isolation. I need the scanner on. Yeah, anyway, someone said Dan Needle, yeah, was like... Dan Needle, the tax expert, was just had a load of questions that Gary couldn't answer. Yeah, the Guardian, you can, your mileage may vary with the Guardian, right? Is that okay? Thank you. But equally, I sort of, if you look at the review, I mean, maybe it's fair, maybe it's not. I haven't watched it to know, but you sense like a bit of frustration from her. I feel like she is maybe quite sympathetic to what Gary wants, but
30 seconds.
but she was frustrated by the fact that he yeah. Hi Lord Aziel. Patrick Boyle isn't a fan of Steve. I think it's really tricky because if you follow my channel, you'll know that I do have a bit of a soft spot for effective public communication. And like I don't like to be too pedantic I don't like to be pedantic in like a non-constructive way about people who... Oh, here we are. Oh no, we already know that. About people who are doing a really good job of communicating like a core message to a general audience. So that's why, for instance, I was relatively... Oh. I thought that was like a cutscene then. I was a bit scared. Despite like... if you watch my Freakonomics video, despite really tearing into them, and rightly so, I did have moments where I was like, look, I do actually appreciate the way they write. I appreciate some of their case studies are kind of fun, and, you know, they're good for communicating a point. But then I think it's like, if it actually becomes harmful, where if it harms the cause... Say that's the main thing most people watch about wealth taxes, and they're like, oh, the case for a wealth tax is actually really... that doesn't seem to... This room's kind of crap, isn't it? I guess this is just... maybe there's not really too much here. It's kind of weird that it tracks a wreck as multiple wrecks. That confuses me. But yeah, anyway, that was a roundabout way of saying, if you're worried that it will actually discredit the case for a wealth tax specifically, or generally just that we need to address inequality and wealth inequality, then I can understand being frustrated. I do think, and I made a video on this like a year ago, right? I had a stream clip that did quite well. Back at a time when basically everything about Gary did well. I think we've already done 17, haven't we? Where I said like a lot of the criticisms of Gary seem to fall... earlier criticisms of him seem to fall into the camp of people getting pedantic, you know, gatekeeping, kind of details, but like ignoring his broader message. But now I would say that's probably not the case as much. It seems like people who maybe share his values or maybe don't, but who are quite serious and who know their stuff about tax policy or economics in general, it seems like those people are kind of getting involved, and I don't know, like I said in the video, I'm not sure about this 10%, sorry, 2% on above £10 million wealth tax in the UK. I don't, at the very least, I don't think it's going to raise that much revenue. I think the Zuckman tax on centimillionaires is much more comprehensive and justified, because that's people who are using immense wealth to evade income tax, essentially. But what I'd really like to see is just a gentle shift towards mapping out wealth, and taxing it to sort of understand it, but reduce the kind of delay the shift, not delay. I want to use the R word, but I'm not going to. But in the genuine sense, the shift towards wealth, right, as holding wealth, and that as the main way that the super rich do it. And you might not need a very high tax to do that, you know. Dan Needle wanted Stevenson to say it's about vilification. Yeah, I mean, I guess Stevenson's rhetoric might make it seem like that's his approach. Have I not been in here? It's amazing, like, in this game, the things you discover, like, the places you just haven't been, that you'd assume that you had been. Maybe Stevenson's rhetoric seems a bit more vilification. I would say it's democratic. I would say that everybody is exposed to that degree of scrutiny. I think the government knows about my assets. It knows about my income. I have to pay tax. If I don't pay tax, I eventually will go to prison. And you know what? I'm fine with that, because we live in a society. But I think the wealthy want to escape that kind of basic accountability. Oh, come on. Is this not... But yeah, there's ways of phrasing that. Also, just like, never underestimate your opponents, you know. Richer people and successful people are often educated, smart, well-read. They've often thought about these types of things a lot, and you can't just go in thinking that you don't have anything to learn from them. And again, I'm not speaking specifically about Gary here, because I haven't watched the documentary, so I'm not going to cast aspersions. But it is just important to have that attitude.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
If you want to be if you're serious about, you know, reducing inequality. And yeah, the best trader in the city thing does great people. I understand why. Like, Money and Macro had quite a good video about that. I mean, it's really weird, because I think, like, trading and understanding the economy, obviously they're linked, but like making a correct prediction, your prediction can be correct for all sorts of reasons, you know. Is that... I mean, that's not a proper wreck. There were a few more that needed laser cutters. I actually... Oh, I'm getting a little bit close to that dangerous bit, right? I lost my Seamoth, my first one last time, to one of those giant guys. Yeah, Dan. Yeah. There was a bit of drama from it as well, wasn't there? Of course, because we live in the age of drama, but the there was Dan Needle, the tax guy, sort of shared a personal story about how he felt like Gary was. Right, let's put the radiation helmet on. Gary was sort of not very nice to him, or lying about him or something. Yeah. I don't have a lead-lined wetsuit yet. I've got a radiation helmet. I mean, I would like a rifle. That's not actually like a stasis rifle's not like a proper weapon, although I don't know if I ever actually get a proper weapon. Fins. Ultra high capacity tank. Oh. I mean, maybe I just need to get some... high capacity O2 tank. Maybe I need to get better flippers and... Oh. I always end up talking about Gary Stevenson when I'm playing this game because of the Gary fish. But yeah, I guess he has been very much in the discourse, hasn't he? Recently. Whoops. Man, I hate those guys. I can't make heads nor tails of them. Hey, who's this? Oh, I thought you might be able to scan that. Searching. I've got so much titanium. We'll go back to base. I mean, that's just, I've got that as well, so there's no... Fine.
30 seconds.
Hey, where's my sea moth? I think so. The Aurora is, I think it had a door that you can cut with a laser. But I might go and get some more. I might go and prepare. I'll get some more lithium so I can upgrade. A tax on borrowing money. I mean, you'd need a threshold, right? Maybe, yeah, maybe a tax on borrowing really large sums based on the way the wealthy use their wealth as collateral. Maybe. I think for me the principle is that if your wealth is usable as collateral, then it's taxable. Or if you don't want it to be taxable, you can't use it as collateral. I don't know which way round we treat those. I don't know what's the best, but... Oh yeah, inventory's already full, isn't it? Yeah, it does. It has to be one of them. I think.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Do I have lithium? Do I have a lot of lithium already? What? Wait. Oh shit. Silicone, fins, titanium, lithium. Oh. Good stuff. Oh, I need some creep vine. You turned your personal relationship around very efficiently thanks to a handful of videos. When people ask me how to do like I did, I share the links to said videos. People go meh. That almost sounds like an advert, but obviously you are actually. There's someone else's videos you're talking about. I think it is interesting because, like, personal finance is definitely something that, like, a lot of people could get better at. And at the same time, you can't ignore the systemic factors, right? But, like, a lot of people on, like, broadly progressive spaces might be suspicious of a narrative that centers personal finance. At the same time, there are probably quite a few things that most people could do to... do I not have space? Right. Put 2 lithium back and all but 1 titanium? Yeah. Oh wait, I have to... Oh mate, the thing is, I play this like once every 3 weeks, and I remember... Okay, so now I have to make a modification station. But can I make a modification station? Is that like a... just a thingy? A base? Oh, we need to... Okay. Okay, we need to go to more Rex. We need to go to more Rex. But we do have... we do have the ingredients for... We have the ingredients for our upgrades. We need one more. That. Brunig did a solid, easy to follow personal finance video a while ago. If anyone's looking for the basics without the rise and grind undertones, yeah, like, yeah, I think I've seen that actually. I can't say I followed that advice, but it is like saving even a bit of money does make you a fucking lot over the long term. Like, no, oh. Compound interest is a bit of a miracle. Do I not have enough titanium? Give me more titanium then. Oh, quartz. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, maybe I can't make a... Is that glass or salt? Salt. Quartz. Oh, I've got a quartz. Okay. Yeah, just relearning how to play this game every time I open it. Right, more stuff. Fine. Let's scan for wrecks, which we're already doing, so let's go. Martin Lewis is another good one. Partly because he's very much like not blaming anyone for it, and he's like, look, he knows that it's, you know, tough for a lot of people, and he does actually, you know, call on the government at the same time he says turn the heating down 1 degree, put less water in the kettle. Also, he tells people like deals they can get and ways you can like pay the electricity companies less money, easy ways to complain or change provider, right? Like stuff like that that's kind of semi-structural, semi-personal responsibility. Get some salted food. So, here's a question for you, chat.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
If wreck appears, I've got a camera drone with me. 1 second, let me... Right. Drop that. That's the thing. If wreck appears, does that mean that there's something that you haven't got? So say there's a wreck, like as in you can physically see the wreck. Hey. 1 second. Don't know why my fan started rotating again. Say there's a wreck and you can physically see it, but you've got everything from it. Will it no longer appear on the scanner? What I'm actually looking for really are fragments, but I think I'm more likely to find the modification station stuff in a major wreck. When the United States was on the gold standard prior to the 1929 Wall Street crash, how did being on the gold standard influence commercial banks' behavior? Wow, I mean that's a great question. It's a really big one. The honest answer is I don't really know. I don't know what the dynamics were back then compared to like now. But one thing I will say is that although the gold standard was a restriction, you still had like derivative banknotes and stocks and other financial assets. Like money always kind of changes and evolves, and that people always create new types of money. There's always like credit that is not just the core. Like you see this with Bitcoin now, where there are I forget what they're called, but there's a specific type of Bitcoin derivative that is taking off a bit, because obviously Bitcoin, the ledger is limited, and you can't get any more than 23 million or whatever it was when they first created it. You can't mine any more than that. So people are creating these derivative kind of promises, like Bitcoin notes, where people are like, okay, this is worth so and so Bitcoin. So what I'm saying is that in terms of credit creation, speculation and bubbles, don't get me wrong, they would have been more restricted than in 2008 because of the gold standard, but not entirely so. But as far as the specifics of that episode, I really couldn't say. I couldn't say. Barry Eichengreen is I think the go-to guy for that. Barry Eichengreen or Eichengreen? Just like economic historian who's an expert on all things Great Depression. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, this is just like, this isn't going to give me anything, is it? What am I doing? Why am I wasting my time here? Give me a good rec. Give me a very good rec. You found Barry Eichengreen? Video by Ordinary Things on Money? No. Ordinary Things. I recognise that. I recognise that channel name. What kind of... Are they the ones that do the kind of joke videos? Did they make that video about snooze, like tobacco? A hint. No, thank you. Not right now. I'm okay, kind of exploring the different wrecks, because I do think I've got a couple noted where there's... Okay, this is the one I've already been to. But I do think I've got a couple... Maybe I can... I'll tell you what, I'll have another look around here.
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Yeah. That's Seamoth. We got that. Go away. My devices are really running out of battery, aren't they? Hey. Snooze, sorry, yeah. How far along in the plot am I? Well, the last thing I did that was at all significant is that I went to the island. An island. Obviously there are multiple islands. But there was an island where, was it a father and son had washed up or something? And then they were like, they had like bases and one of them's like on top of a hill. And again, I know I've already been here. Just on the off chance. Go, 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 go. Yeah. There are definitely a few of these where I don't want to go down there. That's where things get a bit too real down there. For now. Politely declined a hint. I did. In half an hour I might be like, give me that hint. Be at my wit's end. Who says that what's being taught in UK universities is left-wing nonsense? That's crazy. I haven't read Jekyll Island. A book about the Fed? No. Okay, we are doing the go round in circles bit. Let me. Okay. Okay. Beacon 2. Who says that? What, like, is it some, like... Why UK universities as well? Or are you just based in the UK, so you're asking about that? I mean, it's left-wing nonsense compared to whatever right-wing doctrinaire view of economics that they have in mind. But it's the type of view that, like, non-economists spouse. I mean, maybe some... There are some, like, Chicago School economists or whatever.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Ooh.
Integrating new PDA data.
Oh wait, that's not the right difficult to tell the difference between all of these little things. Nigel Farage. Yeah, it's probably like a bit of a reform strategy, isn't it? Because I heard about them and Cambridge. They're sort of trying to infiltrate Cambridge
30 seconds.
with what I should imagine is like limited success. But yeah, I can see that they probably think that anything which doesn't basically teach the poors their place is left-wing nonsense. But the problem with modern economics education for them is that it's had to contend with reality, because obviously so many things have gone wrong with the economy and the models that we use to teach it and understand it, that it's become impossible to ignore for the economics profession. So yeah, for them that's like left-wing nonsense or whatever. But I just think it's intellectual honesty, really, for anyone with sense. But I'd like to hear specifically what they said. There we go. No light. Oh dear.
30 seconds.
Right, I'm feeling that that diver's panic.
Oxygen.
A class of activists. Oh my god, that is, you know what that reminds me of, when you said they think the left is capturing our judicial and academic institutions and creating a class of activists. That is literally so Soulian. That is so Thomas Sowell. That's remarkable how and someone else said they've imported it from the US, and it's like, yeah man, it's right. It's like people just import these US narratives about universities. And I don't think it's right in the USA that they've hijacked the institutions, but I do think that the US and UK, despite their similarities, work in very different ways. And America's much more litigious as a society. Lawyers, there are far more lawyers in America than in any other country, like per capita, I think, and there are far more court cases, to quote unquote fix things, address things. Just as one example. Another example, we don't have like a presidential system. Obviously, we have a constitutional monarchy. And I think the divide between public and private universities is very different. So I don't, people just drawing a straight line from like whatever is perceived to be going on in America, even granting that it is. It happened with like the campus controversies, right? It was like all of that free speech stuff. Alright, I think I've got to go back and get some batteries. Well, critical thinking skills for the modern right basically just mean like listening to them and agreeing with them, because that it's really interesting how just like they're sort of resurrecting all these long debunked ideas, like race science for instance, which is it has been investigated with critical thinking and it has been rejected and discredited right through the normal process of science, the idea that races are biologically different to one another. What? Oh, I need to make some batteries, don't I? Acid mushrooms and copper cores. Alright, fine. Kevin Warsh's nomination hearing as governor of the Federal Reserve, he said there are a lot of ivory tower academic economists who don't adapt their methodology or working knowledge when the facts change. I would say Raj Shetty seems like someone who is more fact-based than, for instance, Greg Mankiw, who's quite like Econ 101 brain. Oh, whoops. But we've got, presumably we've got a whole bunch of copper. Right, so I need, what do I need? This stuff. Oh, that's gold. God. Oh no, do we not have any copper? That's a shame. Is that copper? That is also gold. What is this world coming to? Up to our ears in gold. Right, we're gonna have to scan for copper, everybody. Can we do that? Do we have that? We can scan for sandstone chunks. Oh, I didn't listen to the... Let me... While I remember, let's listen to the... Mongolian societies. Right, okay. I don't care about Mongolia and China right now. Hi. Okay. What? I'm trying to... Did that... I got that... I got that like PDA thing, right? I picked it up. But then what happens to it? How do I listen to it? All right, let's look up limestone. Okay, what we want is limestone. Limestone chunks. But I forget what happened to what happens to those PDA things, or do they just... But Thomas Sowell's like literally... So he has this whole thing about intellectuals and how, you know, dangerous they are. Actually, I probably don't need the CMOF. How dangerous they are. And he does... This is all in Thomas Sowell, honestly. He talks about how you've got intellectuals as in like academics, right? Actual academics. Of course. But he calls teachers the foot soldiers of intellectuals who like proliferate throughout society, and he talks a lot about like judicial activism as well, which he hates. He thinks like, yeah, the way courts have turned into hotbeds for political activism that has changed the way the law is interpreted or whatever. I don't think I'm moving here. I need wait. Oh yeah. Yeah, so like in the courts, like in the schools, and he basically says, oh, we've almost, we being the United States, we've almost become like a nation of intellectuals. That's what he thinks, where everything is all about like the cerebral sort of abstract notions of man as he ought to be, right? Like Enlightenment ideals, French Revolution ideals. We all believe we should reconstruct society from first principles of equality and whatever, rather than from the historic principles that have evolved and stood the test of time, which is like the conservative idea. So anyway, it's just interesting to hear that, because it's like, it's so Thomas Sowell. And my upcoming ridiculously long video will touch on this. Not touch on this, it won't touch on it, it'll fucking go into it a lot. But it's interesting to see it come to the UK. Yeah, to get imported almost wholesale to the UK. Well, he was talking about pre-Trump, right? So bear in mind, when Thomas Sowell wrote a lot of his books, they're all kind of pre-Trump. But I think what the right would say, the American right would say, I would guess at least, is well, this is what, you know, this is what, look at what you did to yourself, or, you know, look what you made me do. Sorry, the liberals sort of can I not? Let's put obviously that one in there. Then that one. Yeah, so they would say, well, this is the world that the liberals created. They made the Constitution, you know, political, as it were. They started to politicize the courts and turn them into hotbeds for activism, so therefore we had to follow suit to kind of undo the damage, right? That's the way they would see it, I think. Which is, I mean, but I don't even think, I mean, it's obviously bullshit, right? Like, you know, when have the courts not been political? The courts were used to uphold slavery. They were used to uphold the sort of free market, right? Like, there were always ideas of what should be, right? There were always normative ideals embedded in the Constitution or whatever ruling, this or that ruling. And Sowell attempts to make quite a deeply involved legal argument about what, you know, what counts as legitimate use of courts and statutes and what doesn't, which I'm not really qualified to examine, but it does strike me as on its surface kind of absurd to act like, you know, this just came out of nowhere. I'm going to try fragments again. What's this? Is that laser cutter or is it repair tool? Is the US founded on Enlightenment ideals? Now there's a question for the ages. The France certainly is. Is the USA I don't know. Or is it founded on ideals which actually are closer to closer to sort of industrial revolution, I don't think I'll get it here, but yeah, closer to like industrial revolution, capitalist ideals, which don't necessarily. Oh my god, hello. They're a bit snappy, those guys, but they don't really scare me that much. Right, how do I get in here? There's got to be a way, right? There's got to be a way. Oh. Just go through the door. Just open the door. Revolutionary. Ah, okay, I missed this one. Let's have a little look. Probably nothing, but nah. Alright, fine. I don't think there are any more fragments like in there. Or maybe there are. Okay. Right, let's go Ow! Hey. But yeah, it is an interesting thread, that like Enlightenment ideals versus capitalist ideals in the history, and because Ellen Maxon's word is all about separating the two, whereas someone like I think Eric Hobsbawm was more insistent that the Enlightenment and capitalism were both kind of bourgeois creations, but they're both Marxists, right? They're both Marxists, so they're both anti-capitalist, but I think Maxon's would try to sort of trace the Enlightenment back to the French Revolution, pre-industrial revolution, pre-capitalist, or not just pre-capitalist, but like ideas that were an alternative to capitalism that emerged at a roughly similar time but were different. That's what she thought. They're both dead, so we can't ask them. Oh, we've done it. We've already done it. It does seem unlike, this is all the old stuff, isn't it? Because it's just so close to the crashed ship. My escape pod, I mean. My crashed escape pod. Maybe let's go all the way over here. I think I think Euroscepticism on the left, I mean, I can't speak historically in that I haven't looked at their political platforms, but I think Euroscepticism from the left was, and still is, on the basis that the EU is, you know, a pro-capitalist and neoliberal institution. Because it is, right? There are rules against nationalisation. There are rules against certain types of taxes and subsidies. The EU is something of a free trade zone internally. I think there are also kind of more pragmatic kind of, let's say, not exactly ideological, but principled reasons, right? Which would be like objecting to the common agricultural policy, which creates a lot of food waste and has harmful effects on poorer nations. For instance, would be one example of something where I really agree. So I don't really think the EU is like the apotheosis of what lefties want by any stretch of the imagination. At the same time, it's a damn sight better than being a vassal to the USA, which is what the UK is becoming. So I was sort of oh, come on. I don't need this. I don't need all this titanium. Probably shouldn't have dropped it on the salt that I want. There you go. Because it was a pragmatic political decision, wasn't it? It was like, when we were faced with remain or leave, it was fairly obvious that the leave option was a journey into a kind of isolated nationalism that would be bad for us, rather than a journey into like an uber progressive future. But I'm not. I guess I'm a filthy neoliberal in the sense that I'm not like massively anti-trade. I do think some leftists are a bit confused on that matter. Well, we had a sovereign currency in the. We were never in the euro, remember? So we already had a sovereign currency. But like, were there? I mean, maybe there were advantages that we could have taken. Bioreactor. We've already got a bioreactor as well. I'm just scanning them really to. I mean, that looks like a what? A drone? Camera drone.
100 meters.
Bioreactor again.
Decreased.
Right, so a bioreactor exploded here, basically. There were quite a few, well, there were more than a few left-wing people who I remember, because they were so horrified at the Eurozone crisis, they basically said, we don't really want anything to do with the EU. Which I do understand, even though the UK wasn't in the Euro. I do kind of understand that perspective in the sense that you're worried about the likely future actions of a government or authority like the EU if that's what they're going to do. But I also think a lot of the decisions in the Eurozone crisis came from the European Central Bank and not like EU Parliament. So you have to differentiate there. Because, like, fuck the European Central Bank, man. This is turning into a little bit of an Easter egg hunt. I'm going to look for a little bit more. See if I can get these. All I wanted to do was upgrade my stuff, to be honest. That's all I wanted. See, that doesn't look... Okay. Beacon. Sea glide. Sea glide. Boring, boring, boring. Come on. Is the creation of money by government spending destruction of the money through tax description of money correct? Well, the thing is that governments private banks create the overwhelming majority of money. That's what gets me about that. So I'm like, I guess you could argue that that's the case, and yet, okay, so there is still one fragment in here. Maybe, because I think I found one in here before, right? So. Who are these guys trying to get at me, my Seamuth?
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
So, does taxing money destroy it? Oh no, that's not even fine. Sometimes I wonder if it's like technically true in an accounting sense.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
But I don't know if taxing money would actually destroy it, in the sense that, you know, you credit the money to somewhere else. Maybe I just don't understand that argument. I think maybe at one point I did, but I just, it's just one of those things where I like, my eyes glaze over and I'm like, look, I don't, if I'm making a point about money creation or taxes or government spending or, you know, anything that's remotely interesting to me, that kind of thing just doesn't seem to matter. But hey, who knows? Okay. Alright. Who was going to give me a hint? Are you still there? Because is this a hint about getting the modification station? This does look like a proper wreckage though, this bit. There's some nice bits to get into here. Ah! Okay, maybe it's here, Before you intervene.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Oh wait, I've already been here. Battery charger. Oh, I've already got that. I don't think that is what I wanted, but... Money is literally just a token that absolves you of paying tax in kind with real goods and services. So when it's collected, yeah, kind of destroyed. But that, I don't think, yeah. So that, the way you phrase that with tax, it reminded me of like a, man, how do I get in here? All my fragments, where are my fragments at? It reminded me of like a voucher, right? So like, when you spend a voucher, that voucher is destroyed, I suppose. But that, unless it's recirculated, then it's just not destroyed. But I suppose the MMT claim would be that the voucher, the decision to recirculate the voucher is actually independent, at least to a degree of, wait a second, of the decision to destroy it. Right, okay. So do I have to, like, blow all this up or something to... Nothing like a close call. Yeah, go on with the hint. I'm okay with hints that basically prevent me from just going round in circles in a game. That's like the type of spoiler I'm happy with.
Passes 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Yeah, I mean the Enlightenment's been used for some horrible ideas, no doubt about that. But I don't think you can find a framework that has not been misused. You know what I mean? I still think Enlightenment ideals, and like the ideals in the U.S. Constitution too, they're obviously linked. I still think they're worth striving for, like the ideas of like equality, rights, like human rights, basic freedoms, freedom of speech. I think those are still worth fighting for, even though they've been misused. But I don't think you can say like, you know, communist ideals and socialist ideals have definitely been abused, and basically any set of ideals will probably end up being abused by vested interests, bad people, distorted by, you know, historical moments and ideologies. I think that's inevitable. But I am still an Enlightenment guy. Hey. Data downloads. Terminal data. Aurora survivors. I mean, I have done some stuff since that island, to be fair. Maybe I should go over to Beacon 1. Because I can... Yeah, okay. Fine. Right, let me... I have been another base. I should have coordinates, so... I mean, I thought I got everything from that place. I just need to go past the scanner room, yeah. Let's get some food. Yeah, I mean science, you could say science itself was hijacked, right? I'm still a very firm believer in science. I'm just going to drop this titanium here. Fuck it, I'm just going to put the titanium in one of these storage lockers. These can just be for spare titanium. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
But the Enlightenment project in general is like, it is historically a very radical idea. It's obviously a correct idea, but dismantling like authorities and rulers. It's easy to underestimate. Like for so much of settled civilization, we just like that was just accepted and ordained, the divine right of kings. Check I have Degassi voice logs. Okay. Where are the voice logs, man? Like, decomposing. Killed Gary Fish. That's my log. Where's the voice log? Aurora survivors. Degassi. Degassi voice log 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yeah, I do. I've got all these. Yeah, the Degassi logs. It's glowing aliens. Marooned. Oh wait, Degassi log. Oh wait, I don't. No, sorry, I don't have Degassi voice log 3. Yeah. Yeah. Do I have to get that? Is that like an essential?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh shit, okay. Right, now the question is where the hell are they? Can I get to their location? Degassi. Aurora Rendezvous Point. Is that what it was? I do feel like it was loosely this direction. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you really know the map or whatever, you can. We'll see. What's this? Sea glide. Everything's a sea glide fragment. I got quite a lot of viewers today for a gaming stream. Hey everyone. Yeah, it can be a bit frustrating, can't it? Like, that aspect of this kind of game is inevitable, where you're sort of going around in circles and you've got to find a specific thing and then you have to do it again. You know, it's like, leave me alone. To be fair, I should... What I could very easily do is just build a base here, right? I think it took a while for it to sink in that you can literally build anything anywhere here. Habitat builder. I don't know if I've got the mats for like a... Having said that, yeah, I don't know if I've got the materials for a scanner room. Do these guys attack your base? Go away. Hey. Yeah, I guess I just don't have the materials, but whatever. Fine. Ah. The thing is, I did a lot of exploring. Like, I went up both mountains and yeah, it just seemed like I'd got everything. Like, I've been here. I do need to start growing some stuff myself. Ah. Okay, so I don't think it's on this one. Oh, unless it's here. Can you crouch? How do you crouch? Don't think there's anything there. That's the way I came. Let's go up here. I think we can have centralized authority without concentration of power. I mean, yeah, it does seem like it's inevitable, but to have something like that, but I do think there's you can't jump, can you? So do I just sort of have to glitch my way up? Bug life. You can. The socialist project to me seems like at least partially the process of just like gradual democratization of various centers of power. As far as is possible. I might be speaking too soon, but I feel like health isn't the biggest worry in this, right? Like, you can get hurt by things, but you've often got first aid kits, and like, then things don't attack you that relentlessly. Big things obviously do. Like, if one of those big guys got you, then you'd just be dead. Speaking of which, maybe saved, but so this is just the alien bit. That's that little cove that I arrived in. The left perimeter. I feel like due to my delay in checking chat and also just the delay between gameplay and chat, I won't be in the place that I was where you gave those instructions, but thanks for trying. Okay, wait. The left bit of the island, you reckon? It's like here. Through here. No! Oh, that is so annoying. Can I sort of... Ah! Alright, back to the drawing board with this one. Is Sigma 9 where Count Bimface says he's from? So I don't know how many people are UK based. But if you haven't heard of Count Bimface, he's been in politics for like a long time. UK politics just as like a joke candidate, and he started by wearing a bin on his head, right? But I think it's become like a more sophisticated outfit across the years. Maybe he started in the 2008 financial crisis when things got a bit messy. I'm not sure. But there's a weird situation where Nigel Farage of Reform, the far right party, Nigel Farage of Brexit, he got done for basically accepting financial favours, like £5 million or something, which he then, as far as everyone can see, spent on himself. And that, he said he was going to stand down as an MP because of the scandal, which sounds good on its surface until you realise that he was going to trigger an immediate by-election. So what he was basically saying was, you know, he's going to bet on the people of Clacton, which is his district. He's going to bet on them voting for him despite his financial impropriety. And he may well be right, because I think they really like him, and Reform does have a lot of support. But it's like a populist move, right? You're like, you do something really bad, and then you're like, oh, the elites are out to get me. The people will vote for me anyway, so therefore what I did isn't bad. So, faced outwards to see what, like here. There's the Aurora. Face outwards to towards the Aurora. Where's the landslide? Oh, I see the landslide. This is the landslide, right? So, what? I'm supposed to be going here. Up here. I was definitely up here before. So Count Bimface got doxed, is that right? It is what? It's in that one with the landslide. You're saying it's literally in this base.
Yeah.
Speaking of potatoes. Oh, old. Oh, what? So there's a missing thing here. That. Or I've missed a thing here. Is this what you're saying? Oh, okay, right. From here. Water nearest water, turn left. Right, okay, thank you. Oh, along here. Ooh. Through this little tunnel. Ah! Thank you.
See, Chief, you brought us to this sodden planet. Told us we'd see a lush payday. Now what do we got some 6 weeks later? A dead crew, a habitat that's half buried, food washed away.
I suppose the executive decisions would be better left to someone with your extensive experience of hitting people in the face.
I know enough not to take unscheduled detours to uncharted planets. That's something you don't want to learn the hard way.
Easy to judge a decision in hindsight. Harder to come up with a plan of your own.
Got one already. Take what we can carry and hunker down in a cave somewhere. I scouted a site, a couple 100 meters deep, lots of metal deposits.
How do you imagine we'd live?
With ready access to building materials, like damn queens, a couple of water filters, a bioreactor, fresh fish. But Chief, we'll eat seaweed salad and drink our own urine if that's what it takes. All that matters is, do you got something better?
Send the coordinates to my PDA. I'll review your proposal.
Integrating new PDA data.
Right. All good. Thank you. Hi, Harbinger. Yeah. I agree that Farage kind of got played. I have to... So, I don't defend the UK very much. I do think that there's something to our kind of informal system. I think it has its bad sides, which are like elitism, the rules not being written down possibly makes them easier to game, and you know, the sort of old boys network I think is a part of the fact that everything's kind of implicit. On the other hand, watching Keir Starmer step down rightly and be replaced by someone who I think is certainly a better candidate, who will be better for the UK, and also watching Farage try to play the sort of very Trumpian, like, populist game, like, try to do a whole sort of theatre thing and be like, oh, I'm stepping down but I'm standing for election and they're gonna, you know, they're gonna elect me again. And then all the other parties, even the Conservatives, just go, no, we're not even participating in that. Like, only Count Binface is doing it, right? Like, that's... I did really like that sort of process. You know Dan Davies, he wrote... The economist who wrote the book The Accountability Machine. I've interviewed him on the channel before and cited him quite a lot. Really good book. But he wrote a blog post about how he basically thinks that the UK system has a robustness because we are very sensitive to when somebody is just like beyond the pale, when somebody's just like a bit of a wanker. And that's why, like, people in the UK don't like Trump. I mean, people across the world don't like Trump, right? Like, Australians have probably even stronger cultural proclivities against somebody who's so self-aggrandizing, but we really don't like how like loud he is, you know, with a capital L. And I think we just we have like quite deeply ingrained cultural tendencies away from that type of thing, which I think is what you saw when Farage tried to do the re-election. Oh, is it? Oh, is it down that thing that I was already... But wait, I need to upgrade this because this only goes to 200. So it is like somebody said earlier, you can discover it. You just, yeah. It might not... You might not need the voice thing. Can I get all the fragments to disappear from my interface? Do I have to go back to the scan room? So yeah, sorry, I think this is really far down in that little thing, but I've got to upgrade my sea glider, right? My Seabath. I don't know why I haven't created a vending machine or a coffee vending machine. That seems like something that I need to do. And all of this stuff. Yeah, why am I not doing that? Right, okay. We've got a few things to do, everyone. So I really want mobile vehicle bay. I just don't think I can get down to... Let's try. Oh, is it through here? I mean, that's not accessible for the Seamoth anyway. Right, okay, one second. Let's repair this before we go down. Ooh. I guess I can get down there.
Maximum depth reached.
No.
Hull damage imminent.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Oh. I naively thought I'd be able to get in. Rotten. I need some water. Of course, the scanner runs out of battery at the exact worst time. Okay. Scanner. Wait, can I not recharge this with a battery? Oh. What? Do I have to make a new one? Does a scanner not run on battery? I'm gonna have to come back here, aren't I? Oh well. I mean, it's not the end of the world, is it? But Well, I've come here for nothing. We've got to go back. I should be able to swap the battery out. Oh yes, yes I can. Okay, it's just that it didn't appear as a... Okay, thank you. It didn't appear as an option, which threw me off. Good, good, good. Hey, where would I be without you? This run. Okay, fine. Right, let's go and get all this stuff.
200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Yes. Modification station. Moon pool.
Print acquired.
Stasis rifle.
New blueprint acquired.
I think I've already got that one, haven't I? No?
.30 seconds.
I'm being very stupid here. No. No. Okay, I was an idiot. Wait. I just don't know where I am. Shit. I think that's what happens now? Is the Seamoth like all the way over there? You keep your scans, yeah, yeah. Thermoblade. Cooks and stir. I mean, that's just great. Right. Obviously, we're making that. Wait, what? Oh, right, we need to make the modification station. Again, I keep forgetting that that's what I need to do. Right. Computer chip titanium. Do we have any diamond? We've got a bit of lead. I don't think we got any diamond. We have one diamond. No, that's magnetite. Ah, okay. We need to go and get some then. What's that? Stop that. Get, what is it? Shale chunk. To be fair, that's probably just back in that cave that we were in. Okay, this is where things start to get confusing. But am I not zoomed in on? No, I do have that. Where's that signal? Ah, here. Okay, yeah. Right, fine. Oh, see. Okay, so yeah, right, fine. Oh, I don't have the rebreather on. Oh, now of course, as soon as I do that, radiation detected. Fine. Right, it's down here.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Welcome
Right.
aboard, Captain.
Right, let's do
Passing
more.
200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased. New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data.
Hey.
Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
See if we can get some diamonds. These guys are... Okay, that's probably enough. Wait, where's the Seamoth gone? Oh my god. I've done it again. There it is, there it is. Whew. Whew.
Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
We get a bit more oxygen that way. So you can't get in through there. Right, you literally have to... Ah. In fact, this is pretty tense, isn't it? Okay. Oh, is there a reason I'm not using the light? Do you mean other than incompetence? See if I can just get some more. Okay, that's quite good. One more here. Alright, I reckon that'll do for now. We can make some stuff. We can make some stuff. Some real good stuff. Oh, this is about to run. Classic. What do you do?
Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Does it need to go back to the charging station? Is there... I can't see an obvious way to do this. Access upgrades. Upgrade modules. There's a power cell on the bottom, is there? Ah. Fine. Right, I need to go and get a power cell then, don't I? It's okay, we're not really that far from home. It's actually fine. Let's do the dolphin leap. Oh, that wasn't much of a leap actually, I was hoping for more. There we go. It's fine, let's make a... 1 second. A few bladderfish. Knocking about. Right, I do reckon generally we need to up our game in this base. We've got a lot of good stuff we can make now. I'm quite excited to expand the base. Get some food going, vending machine, a few plants, maybe even some nice decorations. Stasis rifle. I definitely want that. How do you make a computer microchip? Table coral sample. Copper wire. I might struggle with copper actually. I don't know if I've got enough of that. I feel like I'm always low on copper. Is that copper or gold? Gold. That's gold too. Lithium. Get rid of the gold, get rid of the titanium. If I can't get the... Copper is, oh. We can put copper on there directly. We need a lot of copper actually, because we need the batteries for the power cell, don't we? So that's even more. I got the mushrooms. To be fair, I've actually got two batteries here. Oh, it's not the sulfur, it's the creep vine seed cluster that's the... Right, okay, that's easy to get. It's just a bit fiddly, isn't it? It's all a bit fiddly. The alien containment facility, no. I don't think I need two of those even, but I'll take two just in case. Should I get this copper ore? Oh. It's much further away than I thought. I always get whatever the scanner picks up because I'm probably going to need it. Ah. Okay, I do not know how deep this copper actually is. Which cave it's in. far away is this one then? If I can't reach that one. These is the no, but I swear there was a limestone. I just had to break a limestone for one. So I was thinking it picks up limestone as well. Or did I not? Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe that was a coincidence and that limestone was just really near. Now I'm kind of... I really want to get this one that's like eluding me. Right, we're going to find it. We're going to find it. Here we are, I think. What do I know? I'm just a man. Hey. Right, fuck it. Let me in, let me in. Okay. Okay, we got our power cell. We got our power cell. Do we need copper wire? I forget. We want to make a computer chip which uses copper wire, so yes. I don't actually know if I've got table coral here. Obviously it's easy to get, right? No. Is it like here? No, it's bigger, isn't it? It's more like... Here. That's probably enough, isn't it? Okay. And some gold. We have lots of gold. Computer chip and 1 bit of titanium. Oh, do I make it with the habitat builder? I'll tell you what else. What I actually need to do with the habitat builder is build more habitat, I reckon. Should we extend out this way? Right, give me some titanium, come on. Fork it over. Multi-purpose room. Okay, we just need more titanium. Whoa, 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 whoa! No! The structural integrity. Shit. What happens now? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Fuck, do I have enough? I need lead. God damn it. What? Should I if I deconstruct it, will it be okay? A question, what question did you ask? I didn't realise it was 3:30. Where you are. Well done on staying up. Fuck. Do I think England can win the World Cup? Yes, they can. I think it's like, yeah, within the realms of possibility. Wait, what? Will it stop now? Will everything be okay? Is it gonna like drain? Oh, repair. Oh, repair. Okay, okay, okay. Just a little bit of a repair. You can see how you could get into a pretty serious funk, though. Like, imagine if your repair tool wasn't charged. That's why you need lots of bases. Resilience. I want England to win the World Cup. No, I actually do. I do.
Oxygen.
Oh my god, I forgot about fucking oxygen because I was in my base. My bloody lizard brain was like, you'll be fine.
Integrity restored.
Yes.
Training systems initiated.
Everything is okay these days. I have I need more lead. Okay, the habitat builder. Right, let's build some more habitat then. A moon pool and a sonar. Okay. Message received. Wait, I just did it again. Did I just break it again? I thought it was only the... Okay. Right, come on. No. Oh, that actually doesn't... I don't think that really fits there, even. Ah. I wonder if I'm better off just deconstructing that. Can I put a multi-purpose room there? No. Can I put it... Well, I need like a ladder if it's... If I build it there, do I like... Gotta try it, surely. Compulsory... Paying people in treasury bonds, compulsory pension saving to
Oxygen.
Interesting. I think... Oh, what? Is this underwater again? Fuck me, dude. Paying people in treasury bonds... Who pays them? The government just gives them treasury bonds. Are you talking about like instead of wages? Or what? I can imagine it having some functions, say in like a, you know, a pandemic or something. If you don't want people to spend in an inflationary emergency, yeah, I can see the reason for that. But not like generally speaking, I would say maybe not. But you could, yeah, there's like using it in emergencies, then there's like a sort of using it as a matter of course, like a management tool that's always active to some degree. I need to wait for this to... So yeah, I think it's a good idea. Especially in an emergency, but you can almost imagine it being a to... What? Oh, right, you just climb up. Oh, okay, I see. Alright. Modification station. Bloody hell. Okay, good. We've got the modification station now. Now, we're gonna seriously modify some stuff. Get rid of that. Lithium. To be fair, I probably should have put the modification station somewhere else, like here. Why did I think I needed a big room for it? Lithium, battery. Can I make a battery? Acid, mushroom, and copper ore. I have both of those things. I need a couple of those. Oh shit, I need more. More lithium. No, I do think that that's a good inflation management tool. It's the kind of thing that we did during the war because of the emergency and like there was broad buy-in, but now it's like we just don't use those holistic tools to manage inflation anymore. It's just like Bank of England interest rates. Like there's so much more to inflation management than that. Great. So you can literally you can just cook. What? Okay, what the other things that I want are unpin. I want like to be fair, I'll probably put it all in here. Alien containment. Oh, I don't actually have that yet. Look at that, like indoor grow bed. Aquarium. I don't think I got any glass, so I won't build that just yet. Could do with a medical kit fabricator in here. I think I need some quartz, you know. But should we let's go back to the let's go back to the Seamuth. The base building is pretty sick on this. Okay, we got the power cell. Let's take a battery as well. Oh, we only have one. Used all the other ones. But that's okay. We'll build some more. Yeah. Wait, what I'm really confused about is which Seamuth. I feel like the one I want is actually closer. Maybe it is just this one. No, it's this one, sorry, it's this one.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's get some quartz. Silver. Alright, this is good. Because I think you need 2 quartz for a glass, don't you? So, okay, here's a whole bunch of it. Good. Right, so it's good to know that in general it's a I tell you what, it's in the red grass. What I actually need to do is to expand the scanner's range. That's another thing. All right, I'll leave it now. I've got enough.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh, you got to... Okay, fine. So... Better off using large rooms, right, okay, yeah. Thank you. Right, let's take a whole bunch of titanium. One day I'm going to learn how to press A instead of RT. Okay. I literally never learn. Okay.
You look like you could use some coffee.
Cancel. Then RT. A dock. Does it recharge it? Wait, what? Do you have to get a cup? Oh. Oh, I'm just drinking it. Okay, so these are like really these are quite minor. So do I just put like I put stuff in here when I want to? I think the main problem is water. I do seem to struggle with, like, you get thirsty very quickly, right? Whoops. Okay, so if I take these, but with the non-bladder fish, Okay, cool. We got any salt? Probably not. I'm gonna say no. Okay. The moon pool recharges off base, but oh right, okay. Fish of the same type. Oh, I should put my... Okay, so I've got an excess fish here. I'll put... Nice. So scanner room. Scanner room upgrades. Range upgrade. Copper and magnetite. Right, okay, so I need more copper. But we'll do sandstone, right? Sandstone's the copper one? Lead, oh no. Sorry, limestone. Good, good we checked. Oh yeah, have you guys, on a random note, have you guys seen that, I forget the name of the channel, but he released a bunch of videos like, what if Zelda was a modern game? What if X was a modern game? I guess he did it for like some other things as well. But I'm like obsessed with them. I don't know why. They're really they're one of those things. They're really unpleasant to watch. Can you charge a power cell here, or not? No, you need a power cell charger separate one. This is gold. Yeah, I need how many magnetites have we got? Just one. And did I have a single gold? Right. Let me just check in the life pod because there might be some copper in here. Gold. Everything's just gold. There is silver, which is helpful. There's a copper. If you like don't take a piece of metal or any material, it just stays there, doesn't it, forever in this game? I think it doesn't like if it's organic it will rot, but it will stay there, and if it's a metal it will just be there until the end of the game. Alright. So scanner room upgrades. Okay. But we don't have enough magnetite to do anything else. It's a few months old, yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, they've been around a while, but the Zelda one is the one that, like, first appeared in my feed, and I just, like... I just watched, like, all of them, and it's, like, an hour and a half of basically hell. But, just, like, I just couldn't stop myself. Right, let me have a, power cell recharger. Is that a thing? Stasis rifle. That's definitely something we want, right? Pathfinder tool. Radio wall locker, battery. Oh, power cell charger. We haven't got the thing for. Well, oh, we need more. Okay, basically what we need is magnetite, which means more shale stuff. Which I think is, yeah, what to do. But I think I'm going to call it for today. I've got some things to do. Yeah, thanks for joining, everybody. It's quite a well-populated stream. That might have been just because I put tax in the title, even though we barely talked about tax. We did a bit. But yeah, thanks. Oh, thanks for joining. I'm going to